it's Wizards and
Wizards and
Warriors,
Warriors
3,
3.
Ghost Visions of Power or something like that. I forget what order the names are in Wizards and Warriors.
And then there's a Game Boy one that's like
Wizards and
Wizards
Warriors
and
X.
Warriors X Fortress of Fear, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I still need to play that. I still need to play 3.
3 is very different from 1 and 2.
2 was very different than 1.
I like the. I mean, my order of preference is the numbering. I like the first game and second game, and don't really care much for the third.
I like the first game. The second game was something else. But considering that, I think I'll stay on for the commentary for the next run, since it's short enough.
Yeah, this run is almost half the length of the first game. Not really because of the way it was intended to be played, too.
You're streaming it direct, Fiesel?
Correct.
Okay.
This game has a lot less as far as movement tech because of not having like equivalents to the feather or potion, but it makes up for that by having glitches that are quite useful for skipping intended routes through stages.
Yeah, this music is pretty great, guys. I hope you like it.
Another David Wise soundtrack.
Thanks for the race, Terex. That was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad I stayed awake long enough for it.
I thought I biffed it when I ate up that jam
It was
block.
about, it was from what I could.
My level 1.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a much closer pace than your SGDQ race, at least up until Malkill.
My level 1 was absolutely atrocious. I missed so many cycles on things. Like, it was terrible.
It sucks. I screwed up all the climbing levels, but level 1 I got a purple potion and got the treetop jump. Slow door, but still everything else was okay.
I didn't get the like I said, I messed up a lot of like boosting and such right at the beginning, and so I totally screwed up my potion cycle, and so I lost a lot of time to that. I think I actually pulled ahead at one point. In level 5, I think I killed the spider boss while you were still collecting that chest.
Yes, I was definitely behind in level 5. I saw that because I just completely forgot what I was doing. I went to the door and I didn't even have the key yet.
Yeah, I think you both got back in sync pretty much at the end of the next stage.
And then the next stage, like,
well.
I totally screwed that. I don't even know where I was. I went up and I was like, where is this? In my mind, like, I had absolutely no clue where I was at on the castle. It was great.
We'll start Ironsword then.
Alright, let's go get it started. I'm ready. So, here we go. I have no idea how this is going to go. Sometimes it goes awesome. Sometimes you get one-shot killed by every enemy that you run into.
That's Wizards and Warriors 2 for you.
Yeah, so ways this can go wrong. One, an enemy does way too much damage for some reason.
Alright, let's get this.
Okay. So anyway, the way this game is structured is that there's basically 4 worlds, each themed on one of the elements. This is the wind world here. Each world has 2 kind of halves to it. The first half, you need to find a golden object to give to an animal king, who's kind of the replacement for the red knights. And the animal king will let you into the second half of the stage where the elemental fiend lives. And you're supposed to find a magic spell that lets you actually kill the elemental, but, well, those are a little optionals. We'll be finding out.
That jump is so stupid to make.
Yeah, I lost so much health trying to get it. That was terrible.
This game also has a money and shopping system.
It also has a magic meter.
Yeah, so, I mean, one of the reasons why this is a pretty difficult speedrun is just that you're not buying any armor upgrades. So the way you're intended to play this game is that you go exploring, find treasure, and then buy like weapon armor and magic upgrades. But because they're skipping all that, yeah, that means they take lots of damage from getting hit.
I blame the run going bad on not having a helmet and looking goofy.
Yeah, there's a pretty strong horned helmet you can get. What stage it's in. Alright, so he's in the second half of the wind stage now, so he needs to go find the Windbane spell, which he needs in order to be able to kill the boss. some kind of pretty tight jumps over the under these imps here in order to get to the chest. There's no boots of forest too, so you need to actually find keys in order to open chests.
Not quite. The Windsbane acts as the boots of forest. If you throw that, as you can see right there, he just picked up an item. It also acts as a throwing item. So if he throws that at a chest, it'll open it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could open chests with it. I knew you could collect floating items. Okay, then these bubbles here give you magic power, which you need in order to use Winbane in this case. But he's also collecting them in order to set up a glitch. Because if you max, it's kind of it's kind of one of those things where how could they not have caught this in testing? That's what they did any. Where if you max out your magic meter, then you get unlimited magic basically because of some kind of like overflow or underflow. He's doing another glitch here too, where he actually he collects the piece of the Ironsword using his spell, but he positions Kuros against the exit so that he basically exits the stage, the frame, after he collects the piece of, or the same frame as he collects the piece of the Ironsword. That actually skips the game, removing the Windbane spell and draining all of your MP, so that's probably the
huge time saver.
Yeah, that's the most game-breaking glitch in the whole game. Basically, is what's called the spell preservation glitch. Another thing worth noting about the elemental killer spells too is that they actually they change the knockback effect from getting hit by the bosses. If you try to fight an elemental boss without the killer spell for it, if you take a hit, it'll just send you flying away. It's just kind of a way of saying, no, you're not supposed to do this yet. But because he's fighting the water elemental without the blight water spell, that's actually a pretty big risk. Where unless he does this manipulation he's doing right here, you can get knocked back by water elemental's shots while he's exiting the stage. But he
actually tried to pass that off as a dragon in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So cool dragon. We got a wall face.
All right, I'm gonna go for a couple of safety 1-ups just because, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, kind of an odd programming decision too is that if after I think it's this stage he's on now, the fire stage, you lose the ability to continue. You still
password system instead.
You can still use passwords, but there's no continues. Okay, so because he still has the Windbane spell, you can use that to actually skip an entire part of the stage where he has to do this kind of falling maze, this slope falling maze in order to get the golden crown for getting past this stage. He also he did his only shop visit in the run too to buy the Silver Fleece spell, which
is incredibly important.
Makes you invincible to projectile attacks, I believe.
That'll definitely come in handy once we reach the final boss. It is essentially a requirement to have that to kill that.
Falkill in Wizards and Warriors 1 isn't a terribly difficult fight, it's just really random. In this game, it's a really, really hard fight.
It's not necessarily random, it's just you can't do anything.
So here he's actually picking up the Fire Smite spell, because it has a much different trajectory than Windbane, so he does need it to actually be able to kill the fire boss.
You notice him switching positions. He's doing that because he actually has to land the Fire Smite in the mouth of the elemental. So he's switching positions so that he can actually do that consistently.
Now the worst stage ever.
Ugh. The jump.
Everything about this stage is just bad.
That's true. A lot about this game is just bad.
Music's good though. I just wish there was more variety, just because I feel like the cloud stage theme is overused a lot. Although the fact that he completely skipped the underwater part of the water world, which has unique music.
Yeah, but it's terrible to play through that, so it's okay.
Alright, good. Yeah, there's so many enemies that can spawn there that will just one-shot kill you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he still has all of his starting equipment, so you're kind of expected to have bought some better armor and helmets by this point. He still has the Lagoon Sword too.
Alright, I'm gonna do a glitch to fight this boss. I'm gonna not fight him the normal way, which
yeah.
It's normally not so bad, but I'm gonna do the safe way of fighting him.
Yeah, this is a hair slower than the world record route, but it's much safer.
Fighting this boss is something else.
Because the Earth Elemental has a broken hitbox, and I believe just once you've spawned him, yeah, you can just hit the hitbox is still there, so you can just go back. And
I was not aware of this, actually.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh.
I think another option is to use the Silver Fleece spell fighting the Earth Elemental.
Yep, I'm trying to say that's what I normally do, but I'm going to save all 3 uses of that for this final boss.
Diesel just did a minor trick there with how he opened the menu, and that shortened the fanfare for getting the Ironsword by a few seconds. This is the final stage, Icefire Mountain. So he gets to the top of this climb here, he needs to get the 7 League Boots, which just increases your like horizontal or your jumping speed or something like that. You need that in order to do some of the platforming to get to the end of the game.
How do you find that out? Oftentimes it's through emulator and hitbox detector.
The answer is the internet. You find it out through the internet.
Or that. How they found it out, well,
back in our days, friends at school.
Yeah.
My friends at school didn't know cool stuff like that.
I learned the Vanish Doom trick in Final Fantasy VI from friends at school. That was their main contribution.
I think the only thing I learned from friends in school was the Pokemon dupe glitch. Or cloning glitch.
Not really a whole lot to say about this next cave here. It's just all platforming and to try to get as many health power-ups as you can along the way, just using the Ironsword shots to not have to stop.
What's really interesting, I'm not sure why they made this decision, but the only way you can gain health is if you pick up 2. If you pick up 1, it doesn't do anything, but if you pick up the second one, you actually get the health.
Alright, so then this is the final boss, which is refighting the 4 elementals, only they're much faster, and they have, I believe, some fairly complex AI as far as how their aggro works and how their orbits around the mountain work, and there's some manipulation that Google's trying to do to get them to kind of just leave them alone, basically, and just shoot them, which doesn't do anything because of the Silver Fleece spell.
The knockback that you get from them is so high as well.
Yeah, because that knockback is the main danger in this fight. It's very easy for them to just kind of propel you up and make you lose control of the fight, and then start aggroing more of them.
And by very easy, we mean they hit you from behind the mountain.
Yeah. While they are behind
bad.
the mountain, their hitboxes are still active.
Oh, and if you notice, he's saving the Earth Elemental for last because that's by far the easiest one to kill. You kill the Earth one and then you get to the Fire one. It's essentially the same, only a little bit more aggressive. Then you get to the Water one, and that one like actually tries to hit you with its body. And then the Wind one, I don't even know where to start on and how difficult it is.
Alright, nice. Looks like a pretty solid run to me, aside from getting the golden egg.
Yeah, getting that golden egg is pretty bad.
That jump is so awful.
It's awful, and I actually never practiced getting it on my second try, so I only really know how to do it coming from the start of the level, so that was probably an oversight on my part.
Yeah, because the way you're supposed to do it is to climb the mountain and then drop down from above to avoid that slope. You're not supposed to jump over it to get it. Yeah, no, it's just some of the most inappropriate sounding final boss music in any video game ever, too.
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad tune, it's just kind of weird.
It's quite chipper. So that was Wizards Warriors and Ironsword. So thank you very much, Fiesel, Dark Terex, and Puexel for doing commentary.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Up next,